Gift of the Givers is providing humanitarian relief at Masiphumelele Informal Settlement, which was ravaged by a fire in the early hours of this morning. City of Cape Town officials say a formal assessment will only be done once the site has been cleared. Currently, the city does not have verification on the number of affected persons, but there have been no reports of injuries or fatalities as yet, although indications are that the number of structures destroyed could exceed 100. Other departments such as social development, Home Affairs and Human Settlements will also be involved as part of the assistance measures. SABC News reporter Vanessa Poonah and video journalist Joshua Sharrock are at the scene for us. A very good afternoon to you, Vanessa. We spoke to you about an hour ago. It seems as though you've moved slightly. Tell us more.
Yes, good afternoon to you again. And we are still in the Masiphumelele Informal Settlement. We just moved to the front of the area where just behind me you'll see the ruins of a shack, an informal structure. And I'll step out of the way for just a second. This, of course, was the home of Jevu, and she's standing by to speak to us. A devastating fire breaking out this morning in the early hours of this morning. And, of course, many people, as many as 400, although the number is not yet confirmed, because as we speak, we know that assessments are taking place. We've seen members from the City of Cape Town as well as the NGO Living Hope to assist in getting those names registered so that the exact number of people that have been affected can be determined. But let me bring in now Ms. Jevu, a very short welcome to you. And of course, you were telling me just now that this fire broke out this morning. You are devastated. Explain to us what happened and where you were when the fire broke out.
I was sleeping. I was right here in my shack, and then my neighbor called me, and she was like, "Hello, please come out. There is fire." So I was deep. I was in my deep sleep. I was enjoying my sleep, and then the minute she called my name, I was just numb. I didn't know what to do. So I woke up. I woke my husband and the people that were next to. I had to wake them up but then I believe the fire was far. Then in a split of a minute, the fire was right there. So the only thing I could think of was my charger. That's the only thing that I managed to take out. The Christmas clothes for the kids, my uniform for work, everything, like all our furniture. It was all burnt down. So that's how bad it was.
Piliwe, we know that, Christmas in 2 days' time, and we've heard quite a number of your fellow residents here telling us that they've lost everything. We know that the assessments are still underway, but where to from here for you? Do you have somewhere else to live in the meanwhile? What's going to happen going forward?
Honestly, at the moment, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm homeless. I have no idea. I don't know where I'm going to from now. I'm just standing here hoping that there will be someone who will just say, "No, you are in a dream." Like it's not real. You understand? So I don't have any home. I don't have. Maybe I will have to go to my sister because my sister stays in Parklands, but I still have to build the house because this is my home. This is where I stay. I have to make sure that I build that home for my children. You understand? So that's it.
Piliwe, thank you for speaking to me. Of course, we know that it's a very difficult time for people like Piliwe, Jevu, as well as many other residents we've spoken to here just a few days before Christmas. Many people who are working have spent their bonuses on not just clothing and foodstuffs for this festive period, but also for school-going children. Many parents have bought school uniforms and they've lost everything as well. So we know at the moment that the Gift of the Givers are on site. They will be preparing to deliver hot meals as well as blankets and other necessities. And also there is an NGO just across the road from Masiphumelele, Living Hope. They've been assisting with fire victims as well and assisting the City of Cape Town with collating those names. I'm joined now by Avril Thomas. She is from Living Hope. Avril, good afternoon to you. Of course, quite a difficult situation here, and not the first fire, a devastating one at that, happening in Masiphumelele.
It's absolutely heartbreaking, Vanessa. We have worked in this community since 1987 when it first started, and it just breaks our hearts to see people who just have so little, trying to put a little together, and then it all just been taken. And like you were saying earlier, I was speaking to one of our staff members who got a small bonus this year, and she'd gone and bought all her children's stationery and uniform because her child was going to high school. It's gone. It's gone. She said, "I just had time to wake up and run with what I had on."
Avril, we know that at the moment numbers are still being collated in terms of how many shacks. At last count, I think it was estimated to be 160. We know that a few hundred people have been affected, and of course we also understand from the City of Cape Town that there have been inquiries from people and businesses wanting to donate. It's a difficult time of year to lose everything. You've availed your premises. Explain to us how people can assist and what the needs are at the moment.
Okay. Right away, we need hygiene items, very basic hygiene items, soap, face cloths, toothpaste, 20-litre buckets, preferably with a lid, and then clothes of all sizes. Basically, most people ran off with what they had on. They've got no clothes except what they have on. So any clothes, they can be all dropped off at Living Hope. We're right opposite Sunny Acres Shopping Centre in Komiki Road, in the middle of the Fishhook Valley, and things can be dropped there, and we will work according to the lists that we are trying to compile at the moment to ensure that every single person who has been affected by this fire will get some relief. And we can assure you of doing that as we give them the items so we get them to sign. We're very grateful. There are others who are also supporting so that we can try and give people a mattress and a blanket as well. And so we're very, very grateful. Any support would be very welcome.
Avril, as you've heard, I've just spoken to Piliwe just now. She does have nowhere to go, and so many people may also find themselves without a shelter. Are there any indications at this stage as to whether alternative accommodation will be made available? What happens to these hundreds of people come nightfall?
Okay, so there are some people who've offered to shelter people overnight, some churches in the area and that, and so if people make contact with us, they can do that. What we have normally found, though, in these disasters is that people like to stay close to their plot to keep it safe, and so usually we'll find one or two family members will sit all night on the plot to keep that safe, and others will just stay with friends in the community. It's an incredible community, how they open their homes, their houses may not be big, to the people who are in need, and it just is always so heartwarming to hear and to feel what these people are doing. But help is available for those who have nothing. They just need to contact us at Living Hope.
Avril, thank you so much for your time today. Of course, the Avril Thomas, she's from the NGO Living Hope Nompu, just saying that if anybody in the area need help, they can come and inquire at Living Hope, and of course also those donations much needed. Many people lost everything, and the donations can also be dropped off at the offices of Living Hope NGO here at Komiki Road opposite Masiphumelele.